Hi fashion lovers, let me show you how I cut and sew this simple v-neck bubble gown with yoke. So in this video, I'll be making use of an Adire fabric and it comes in 4 yards which was used in the inspiration. So I did not make use of the whole of the 4 yards of Adire fabric. There was a little bit remaining. So you need about 3.5 or 4 yards. And then I also got 1 yard of cord lace. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, and then I have my tape and scissors here. So I decided to make use of a pattern paper to draw out my lines so you can see it more clearly, and also because of the cutout yoke part. But you can actually cut directly on your fabric if you choose to. So the length of the pattern I have right here is 36 and I need 60 inches, so I'll be adding the extra on my fabric. Then next I went ahead to measure my shoulder divided by 2, and then from that point I measured the sleeve length I wanted. So I made use of the whole of the length of the pattern paper like so, which is my shoulder plus my sleeve joined together. Like I said, you measure your shoulder divided by 2, and then from that point you measure the sleeve that will be added to it. So after doing that, on one side of the pattern paper, I measured 4 inches for the neck wideness, and then on the other side, I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slant. So then I'll be using my straight ruler to connect from that 1 inch slant to my neck wideness. So guys, I'm using this pattern to cut both the front and the back. So I'll be taking the neck depth for the back, which is 1.5 inches. Then I'll use my curved ruler to connect to my neck wideness. So after doing that now, I'll be measuring the neck depth for the front, and the neck depth for the front, I'm going to make it just 8 inches. So from the starting line, I measured down 8 inches. And the front neckline is going to be a v-neck, so I'll be using my straight ruler to connect from that neck depth to my neck wideness like so. Having done that now, the next thing I'm going to do is determine how wide I want my sleeve to be. So where my sleeve is going to be stopping, I measure the roundness, and as you can see, I wanted it to just be free to about 19 inches, which is okay for me. So just measure the roundness and make it free according to what you want. So 19 divided by 2 is 9.5. So from that slant, I came down by 9.5. So after marking my sleeve opening, I came in by 1 inch from that point, and then I'm just going to take it straight down to the end of the pattern paper. If you're cutting straight on your fabric, you're going to do the same thing on your fabric like so. So this is how wide the bubble gown is going to be. But if you don't want it to be too wide, you can take your body measurement and add the excess that you want for your bubble gown, okay? But this is how I want it to be because this is how the inspiration looks. So guys, after drafting the pattern, now I'll be cutting out my back neckline and then place on my fabric to cut it out. Like I said, I'm cutting both the front and the back together. So if you're drafting on your main fabric, you can draft the back neckline for your main fabric and then draft the front neckline and front styling on your main fabric as well. So guys, after cutting the pattern for the back, this is how it looks like. Next thing I want to do is the yoke styling. So I'm making use of my curved ruler and I'm just going to draw a curved line from the end of my neck depth to the side part of my sleeve opening. So after drawing the curve like this, I'll be using my marker to make it visible so you can see how it looks. So guys, if you're cutting directly on your fabric, after getting this curved line that is separating your main fabric from your yoke part, you're going to add half an inch on top of the curve line, so that when you cut out your main fabric, you're going to have half an inch to add to your cord lace, so it will not alter your length of your gown. So having done that now, I'll be cutting out the shape that I have right here. I'm going to cut out the v neckline and cut out the curve line, which is going to separate my cord lace pattern from the Adire fabric. But before cutting, I want to first of all get the length I need. So the length of the pattern I have right here is about 36 and I need about 60. So I'm just going to place on my fabric and add the extra. So I place my pattern on my fabric. This is for the back part. First of all, I cut out the curve neckline and the shoulder and the side part for the back. Then I also extended the length to get the full length of my gown. So having done that now, I will take out my pattern and cut it out to get my front pattern. So guys, you can see at the bottom I had to join because it was not long enough to the length. Now having done that, now I'm going ahead to cut out the V neckline and then separate that curve line to get my cord lace pattern. So guys, I placed my pattern on my fabric that is on fold, and then I added half an inch to join to my yoke part on top. Then for the bottom, I added the extra inches that I need to complete the full length of the gown. So this is how it should look when you're done cutting. If you're cutting main on your main fabric, this is what you should have. Now the next thing I'm going to do is just notch the upper part to note the upper part of the gown, and then I folded it to keep it aside first. And then for the yoke pattern, like I said, I have this 1 yard of cord lace. You can use any lace of your choice. You can make use of dry lace or chantilly net, depending on what you want. But the inspiration was a cord lace. So I folded the both edge together, which is the scallop area. And then I'm just going to place the V neckline on that scallop area because I want the V neckline to have that design. So I had to place it in a bias form like this. So guys, after placing the pattern the way I want it to be, I went ahead to secure it with my pins, and then I'll be cutting out the shape as shown. So after securing with my pins, I will go ahead to cut out the pattern like I said before. Then I'm going to be adding 0.5 inch allowance on the bottom part, which will be joined to the main fabric. So after cutting it out, this is what I have it looking like. You can see the scallop design forming the V neckline. So to start sewing my BUBU gown, the first thing I went ahead to do was just place the cord lace on the ends to get the V neckline showing well. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is to get the midpoint of the curve line on my Adire fabric like this. And then I'm going to place the cord lace front side facing front side of the main fabric. You can see the way it is right now. So I'm placing the midpoint of the fabric to the middle point of the cord lace, and then after placing it like this, I'm just going to arrange the both of them together, and I'll continue pinning till I get to the end. So guys, I went ahead to pin from one end to the other end. Now I'll go ahead to take it over to my sewing machine and stitch with half an inch, but I'll be sewing on the back part. I'll be sewing from the main fabric part and not on the cord lace. Then after sewing, I will turn it over to the front and top stitch. So guys, after sewing, this is what I have it looking like. After joining the cord lace and the main fabric together, I went ahead to top stitch towards the main fabric. So at the end of the sleeve, I add some excess lace, which I'll be trimming out later. So next, we're going to be working on the back part. So for the back part, all I need to do is just bias the neckline. So I'll be making use of the main fabric to pipe in the neckline or bias it. So you can make use of a bias or use the main fabric. So guys, after biasing the neckline of the back, this is what I have it looking like. And then the next thing I'm going to do now is to join the back and the front together. So I'm going to bring the front of the gown and place the front sides of the material facing each other so as to be able to join the shoulders. So I'm going to place the both sides equal and then join the shoulders from the neck wideness all the way to the end. So guys, after joining the shoulders, the next thing I went ahead to do was to align the sides together, and then I will be sewing the sides with 1 inch sewing allowance, and this is going to be after my sleeve opening. So after sewing that 1 inch, I will not sew all the way through to the end because I want it to have opening on the side of the gown at the bottom area. So I measured 14 inches upwards from the full length of my gown, and that is where I want the opening to stop. So guys, after sewing the sides, I realized that the opening I made was too small. So I later went ahead to increase it to be 21 inches from the bottom of the gown. So that is where the opening is going to start from. The next thing I'm going to do now is to fold in the rough edges for the opening. So I'm going to fold it in twice and top stitch on it. So I'm just going to fold it and use my pins to hold it down. So I have just 1 inch on the side part, so I'm going to fold in that 1 inch into two and top stitch like I said before. Then I'll be doing this on the other side of the gown as well. So guys, after sewing the sides, I will go ahead to fold the bottom of the gown. Guys, after I finished folding the bottom of the gown, the next thing I did was to trim the excess of the sleeve. Then I'll be doing this on the other side to make it equal as well. So having done that, now I will be folding in the both sides of the sleeve opening, and then I will just go ahead to top stitch all around it. So guys, after folding the rough edges for the sleeve opening, I'll be using a white thread to sew on the lace area. Then I'll complete the other sides using the color of the fabric so it will look neat and flawless. So if you want to fix a pocket to the side part of your gown, you're going to get your half length, and then from your half length, that is where your pocket is going to start from on the side part to wherever the length of your pocket is going to be. So at this point, we've come to the end of this video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the making of this dress and you find it helpful. If you did, please do well to like, share and subscribe. So guys, if you want to see more easy and beginners friendly tutorials like this on this channel, do let me know in the comments, and also click on the notification so you'll be aware when the new video drops. Love you guys and see you in the next one.